Welcome to your brand new clifftop base, a sanctuary perched on the edge of the world, equipped with everything an intrepid survivor needs to survive the wilds of ARK. Inside this architectural marvel, you'll discover a crafting area with everything you could possibly need, a spacious storage zone to keep your treasures safe, a garage to house your dinos at night, a fully equipped kitchen and a cozy living area for relaxation, comfortable bedrooms for you and your tribe, a greenhouse to grow your own crops, and there's even a reception area run by 2 dodos. To make moving in between levels effortless, you've also got an elevator that takes you from the base of the cliff right up to your doorstep. This isn't just a house, it's a symphony of survival and luxury. If you find yourself enjoying today's build, don't hesitate to smash that like button, share your thoughts on what epic build you want to see next in the comments, and why not subscribe. It's completely free and helps me out a ton. Now, without further ado, let's get on with the video. Hello fellow ARK survivors, and welcome back to another thrilling building episode with me, Lols at Lance. Today we're embarking on an exciting journey to create the ultimate all-in-one clifftop house. If you're familiar with my old work, you might recognise this base, the ultimate clifftop base. Well, this is its successor. Think of this base as a sequel. I'm taking everything good from the old base and enhancing it. This is designed to cater to every need a survivor could have in ARK. Now before we start today, I just want to give a quick shout out to my survival series on ARK. I recently posted a new episode that took me to Scorched Earth, and believe me, you don't want to miss out on it. You'll get moments like this. Oh my god! And even this. Oh god, it's coming straight for me! No, not like this! Not like this! Where are you taking me, dragon? I don't like heights. There are 4 episodes in total so far, and I highly recommend you check them out after this. Also, I'm nearing 10,000 subscribers, so if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. So today, we are here in this beautiful jungle oasis on a cliff top. On the map, you'll find us perched right here. Latitude 43.2, longitude 68.6. This spot offers a breathtaking view of the surrounding landscape, with a cascading waterfall flowing down to a beautiful river that extends through the jungle, as well as a flat grassy clifftop that provides natural protection and a vantage point like no other. The flat plateau gives us plenty of room to construct our sprawling base. So, let's get to it, shall we? Okay, well, to start today's build off, ladies and gentlemen, if you are building in the same place as me, you can go ahead and use the wooden foundation, because this area is pretty flat and the landscape shouldn't be getting in the way. Other than this giant rock here. Other than that giant rock here, but I think we're going to be okay. I think we're going to go past that. If you're building anywhere else and the terrain's a bit rough and bumpy in places, I would recommend that you do the old pillar. Maybe you want to go about 2 high and then use ceilings. So exact same method, but you'll just be building up high. Honestly, I should be probably doing this, but I'm going to keep mine on the ground today. I'm going to use the foundation blocks. So if you are building here, I've kind of placed my first foundation block sort of just in front of the waterfall here. So if I just go back from the waterfall, you can see it's kind of like angled to the waterfall, but straight on from this angle here, if that makes sense. So that's where I've placed my first block. Now, from the first block, we are going to go across by 4 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in total. And then we're just going to repeat for a second time. And then 1 more time. Perfect. So from the 3rd row back that we just put in, we're going to use a brand new block that they added with Scorched Earth, which is the quarter foundation block. So to find this, you just need to make the wood triangle foundation, and then you just scroll across and look, there's the wood foundation, quarter wood foundation. So we're going to put in 2 on this side and 2 on this side. Basically, this is the start of the middle section. That's going to be the tallest part of the building. So for this middle section, we're going to want this to be 7 in total. So we've already put 1 down. That's the first one there. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And again on the other side. And then literally you just want to fill this all in. And you also want to bring the quarter foundations all the way to the end, either side. And then on this side, we're going to do exactly the same thing we did over there at the start. We're going to put 2 rows in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bam. Just like that. So now that is in, we're going to do a 5 by 5 square here and on the other side. So you're just going to need to snap this foundation block to here. Why won't it snap? Hello? This worked earlier. Why won't it do it now? Okay, well, it's not snapping. Okay, here's a big brain move. Maybe we use a pillar. And it will snap to the pillar. It did. It did. Look at that. Snap. Okay. Thank God for the pillar. So you want to do a 5 by 5. And if you're having snapping issues like me, just do what I did with the pillar there. And we're going to do a 5 by 5 square. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then coming back 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you can see, there's another block gap here. And then you're simply going to fill this in. And then you're going to do the exact same thing you just done here on the opposite side. And when you've added it in, it should look like this. Get out of my shop, Mr. Pterodon. Get out. Go fly over there. Thank you very much. Now, you might have noticed that over here, I have gone into the rock a little bit. That's why I said at the beginning, you know, do utilize the pillars and ceilings trick. It's a bit easier when you're building on, you know, terrain that has rocks and stuff in the way. Or if your terrain is flat enough, just use the foundations like I am. You ruined my shot, Mr. Pterodon. Get out of here. No one saw nothing. Okay, so let's start off with this front section here. Now, basically, I'm going to do this front section and this side section. And then you just need to replicate it on the back and on the other side. That's what we're going to do. So to begin this base, we're going to, at the front section here, go up by 2 stone walls. And you notice that I've left a 3 wide gap in the middle. So 3 wide gap in the middle here. And the reason we did that is because we want to place in some quarter stone walls either side here. So 1 on this side and 1 on this side as well. And then from here, we're going to continue going up with the wooden walls. So we're going to go up by 1, 2, 3, I believe, either side. And then just simply fill this all in. And then at the very top, we're going to go up 1 more, just in the middle 3. And then add some quarter walls right at the middle section there. And then you want to use your sloped walls either side at the bottom, but you want to leave gaps either side of the quarter walls there. And then we're just going to fill in each side. Now, I am missing out some windows right now. When I build, I kind of like to build all the walls in, and then I kind of plan for the windows later. I do try and do my best to, you know, figure out where the windows are. So do forgive me if you have to pick up a few walls here and there when we add in windows later. Okay, so this is how the front should look. Now we're going to start adding in some pillars at the front here. So we're just going to add in 2 either side of the door. And we're going to use these pillars to be able to put some quarter walls in on the inside going up like so. And on the other side here. Followed by some skinny pillars either side. And then we're going to place some quarter walls coming off these pillars that we just put in. So on this side and on this side. And then we're going to put a door frame in the middle here, followed by a wall above like so. Now for these gaps that have kind of appeared in the wood, you can just use a skinny pillar to cover this up. Look at that. And you won't see it anymore. Now at the front here, I kind of feel like doing a bit of a pattern, like a little bit of decoration. So we're going to put 2 sloped walls either side like so. And if it allows you to, because it might not because of the clipping, I'm also going to put in some quarter walls right in the middle there to make this sort of little archway. Very nice. And I'm actually thinking, now that I'm looking at this, it might be nice to have like a little another door here, very similar, maybe like around there. So actually, let's just do the exact same thing we just did here at the top here. So I'm going to have to take out 1, 2, 3 walls. And these 3 walls here as well. And then I'm going to put in some quarter walls. And I do apologise that I didn't think of this sooner. It just came into my mind now, and I think this is going to look nice. Then we want to add in our pillars. And literally, guys, exactly the same thing we did here, just at the top here. So you want to go back to the quarter walls, either side of the pillar, and then add in this section. And it should look exactly the same. So let's just put that in now. Lovely, that looks pretty good. I'm just going to add in the roof now. So for the roof, we're going to use standard roof on the sides here. Then we're going to switch over to the ramp and place in the ramps either side. And then at the very tippity top, I'm going to add in an upside down ceiling. So not this side, but this side. And put that in like so. And then we want to do a bit of an overhang. So for the overhang, we're going to use a ramp coming down like so. And also, I completely forgot we wanted the overhang to come out past the build. So we're just going to do one tile this way. There we go. So it should look something like this. Now, for the little gaps that we have in these sections here, I'm going to just add in an upside down railing either side to hide the gap a little bit. Very good. Now, everything you've just done here, you're going to repeat on the opposite side over here. So, again, just, you know, these 2 blocks here. So you're going to do your walls first, going up, and then your wooden walls and your doorways as well. So just do everything you've just done over there, over here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And I'll see you in a second. And once you've added in this section as well, it should look something like this. Okay, now the front and the back is in, let's work out the sides. So I'm going to do one of the sides, and we're just going to duplicate it onto the other side. So I'm going to do the left one first, and then we'll do the other one after. So to start off, we're going to go with stone walls going all the way around the square. And then we're going to use the wooden wall and go up by 1, 2, 3, all the way around. And then in the middle, again, similar to what we've done here, we're basically recreating what we've done here in a way. So we're going to go up 1, 2, 3 in the middle, and then quarter walls at the very tippity top in the middle, sloped walls either side of this, and we're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. Then we're going to do the same roof we've done here. The only difference is on this side on the right. So if I'm going to just put this in quickly to show you, we're basically not going to go down another one. We don't need an overhang on this side because there's going to be a building in the middle here. So we're just going to go across like so. And we're not going to go down any further. But on this side, we are going to do the overhang just like we did here. So literally this roof on here. Let's get to it. There we go. So as you can see, I've got the overhang coming off on the left here, but not on the right. So literally now I'm just going to fill in, like we did on the other one, some railings here. And I'm half tempted to add in some windows now. So for the windows, I'm actually thinking, if I can find the wall, I might use this doorway here and place it just below where we added the 3 in at the top, the 3 walls at the top, just below that. Maybe 2 and 2. And the same on the other side here. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay guys, so everything you've just done here on the left, you're going to do the same thing on the right here. So literally just going to duplicate this across to the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and I'll see you in a second. And when that side's all in, it should look something like this. Okay, so now we're going to be adding in the main section, the tallest part of the building, which is the middle. So you're going to want to come to one of the sides here. We've got all these gaps here, so you're going to want to start in one of these sides. It doesn't matter which, really. But I'm going to start right here. And we're going to go up by 1 stone wall. And then a further 8 wood walls. So 9 in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 9 in total, including the stone wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then in this little quarter section here, we're going to add in some quarter stone walls, followed by some quarter wood walls going all the way up. And then everything we've just done on this corner, you're going to do on this corner here, this corner over here, and this corner over here. So all the corners, you're going to do the exact same thing. So let's go ahead and do that now. And once you've added all the corners in, it should look something like this. Okay, so to avoid confusion now, rather than like planning for the windows that I'm going to put in, I'm just going to fit it all in with wood, and then we'll work out the windows afterwards. Otherwise, I'm going to confuse myself, honestly, let alone you guys. So let's just fill this in. So we're going to go with a normal wooden wall going across, like so. Oh my goodness me, what just happened? Oh my God, there's some sort of... What are you in here? What is this? Is this a mod? Or is this an update? Is this a mod or an update? You're just... Oh! There he goes. What are you? I need to know more. Oh my God, he is destroying all the landscape here. This is nuts. Oh my goodness me. Okay, I've just force tamed it. What are you? Well, it just came up with a book as I tamed it. Venom. Something something. They're carnivores. Something something. Okay, well. Running speed. Oh, the running speed like increases. They can't jump. They can't jump. You want some? Bring it on, raptors. Oh no. What have I done? I poisoned them? I poisoned them? They're all dying? Is there another move I can do? Is this the only move I can do? Oh, I can do that move as well, okay. I'm guessing that poisons them. And they're dead. This was unexpected. This is not a dinosaur video. What am I doing? Go back to building, Lance. Ah! Ah! What are you doing? Calm down. Okay. Well, that just happened. Okay, so where was I? We're going to fill this all in with wood, just like we've done here. Okay, so it should look like this, like a giant box. Now, from here, we're going to attempt to snap a sloped wall to the quarter wall. I just had it. There it is, like so, on this side and on this side. And then we're going to put some wooden walls going across. And then basically we're going to make a nice triangle here. There we go. And you want to repeat the exact same thing on the opposite side over here. Now that we've got those in, we can start to add in the roof. So for this roof, we're basically mainly going to be using the normal roof tile. I'm going to go out by 1. And then for this section here, where we're going to go out below, we're going to use a ramp like that. So it's going to look like that. And we're going to do that all the way across on either side. And then it should look something like this. Now, I do think we should probably work out what I'm going to do for the windows here. So for the windows, I'm kind of thinking we're going to take out some of the walls here. I know we just added them all in, and this is the thing when you build with me, guys. If you build with me, be prepared to remove a few things here and there. I mean, I just can't plan windows without doing it this way. So I'm going to pick up all of these walls in the middle. So just to show you, we did just take out 6 wooden walls in total. And I think if we add in our quarter walls either side of this, so it should look like this. And this is like a nice area for the window, I think. That looks pretty good to me. I'm just thinking as well, though, rather than just having a big square as a window, we could try and do a bit of an arch. If we add in some sloped walls at the top, we could have a window that looks like this. So I'm going to add in my greenhouse now. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then add in the sloped greenhouse wall at the top. Yeah, I'd say that looks pretty good. Okay, so if we quickly go around to the other side here, a lot of you won't be very happy with me because I realised that I am missing a key feature of this base, which is going to be a place to store your flyers. I want flyers to be able to fly in, fly out very easily. So we're actually going to remove most of the walls here. I am sorry, this is just how I work. I know a few of you might moan about this, me changing my mind on a few things. It's not changing my mind. This was always planned. I just like to fill in walls first, and you know, it creates more work. But hey ho, when you build with Lance, your materials are gonna dance. Right, so we're going to take out a lot of this. Let's see. We're probably going to take out all these quarter walls. We'll probably leave... Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to leave this layer of walls here. And we're going to take everything above that out. I think that's what we're going to do. So this layer here stays. Everything above this is going to go. There we go. Now, obviously, I deleted my walls, but you can just pick your walls up so that you're not wasting materials. Now, let's think of a design here. So I'm thinking to start with, let's put in some walls either side like this. Then let's add in some sloped walls at the top. Then I think at the bottom, we're going to just add in some sloped walls like this. Okay, now if we add in some railings as well coming down, we'll do double railings, like so. I think that makes quite a nice little entryway for your dinosaurs. And of course there'll be a big ceiling in here, and this is where you're going to land all your flyers. I think this would be a nice area. Okay, so now I think let's put in some more windows. I think that'll be the next step. Now, this is one of the reasons that I like to fill in the whole base with walls first, is so that I have a blank canvas. I can kind of look at this and decide where I want to put in the windows. Where's it going to look best? That's kind of what I'm looking at. And where's it going to let in the most light as well? So let's start off with this little side house here. So on this little side house, I think I'm going to do 2 greenhouse glass windows here. And then we're going to put 3 greenhouse glass roof pieces in the middle. Now, sadly, I don't think the sun's really going to hit this. I think the sun kind of goes over there somewhere. So I'm not sure if the sun will ever hit that window. But on the other side, it should do. So we're going to repeat the same thing on the opposite side over here. There we go. So we've got some nice windows on both the sides here. Now for the main house here, I'm actually thinking of going wild with windows. I'm thinking, why don't we just fill in the whole section with windows? When I say the whole section, I mean probably 1, 2, 3 across. And maybe all the way to the bottom to the top. Let's try it and see what it looks like. You know, I don't hate that, so I think I might do it on the other side as well. I can always change my mind later. I think that looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. Now, one thing I've completely forgotten about with this build, because I want it to be like an all-in-one base. You're going to be able to store your dinosaurs in here. You're going to want to grow stuff here. So, yeah, that's the one thing I forgot, was a greenhouse. And I don't want it to be like separate to the base, although that's an option. You could have a greenhouse separate over here somewhere. But I want to incorporate it into the base. So I'm thinking, why don't we have the greenhouse come out from this house here? It could be like a little tube that comes out. So if we just extend this by, I don't know, like say 3 tiles. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here it won't let me place foundations down because it's too high up. So I'm just going to put some ceilings in for now. Okay, and then I'm thinking, why don't we add in the greenhouse coming out 1 from here. So 1 here, 2, 3. And on the other side, 1, 2, 3. And we'll go too high. And then we'll put in our roof. There we go. So we've got an integrated greenhouse now. Look at that. That's pretty awesome. Now, the other thing, obviously, is that we need to get dinosaurs in and out of this base. And I haven't planned for that, have I? I've added windows both sides, but realistically, one of them, I think I'm going to have a door here. Now, it's really up to you where you have your door. You could have them on both sides. You could have a dinosaur door in the middle. It's completely up to you. So I'm going to just do one side. I'm going to put a dinosaur gate this side. You can put it this side as well if you want. But I'm just going to do this side because I think this side I'm going to do like bedrooms and stuff inside. I'm not sure. But this is also a perfect place for dinosaurs. So to get the dinosaur gate in, we're going to have to remove some walls, of course. So you just want to move 1, 2, 3 high in the middle here. So you want to make like a big square. And then either side of this, we're going to use some quarter stone and some quarter walls going all the way to the top. And now this is the perfect size for a dinosaur gate. Now, you're going to have to disable snapping. So I'm going to disable snapping by holding down RB. And I'm going to try and place down this gateway perfectly in the middle. Like that. That's pretty good. And then you just want to add in the gate as well. I'm not too sure about the windows, but I'll leave them in for now. They can stay. So for some decoration at the front here, we're going to add in a little balcony area here. I think that'll be quite nice. So to start the balcony off, I think I'm going to use full ceiling tiles going across like so. Followed by 2 quarter ceilings coming across either side. And then I'm going to add pillars going all the way around the outside. And I'm even going to add a pillar here and a pillar here. And where the pillars end right here, I think I'm going to put a little quarter ceiling sort of awning just going across the top. That looks pretty good. And I think what's going to make this look even better is if we have some skinny pillars coming down from the corners here. Maybe even one coming down in the middle. And then definitely from the end of the pillar here, I'm going to add in the beams coming all the way to the floor. That looks pretty neat to me. I quite like that. I think we'll keep that as is. I'm going to go and do all the pillars in a second around the entire build. But first of all, let's add in the decking. So we're going to add in like an area that comes up and around the build. Really, guys, it's up to you how big you build this. I don't know how big I'm going to build mine. We'll see in a second. But yeah, let's get it in now. And basically, I'm just going to be using the foundation block. And we're going to be taking it out from here, going around the entire build. And places where I can't place down a foundation block, instead I'll be using possibly a ceiling tile instead, or even a quarter ceiling tile or quarter foundation. So I'm going to do this in super fast build mode, and hopefully you guys can follow along. Okay, there we go. So I've added in the decking, and honestly, guys, you don't have to do it exactly how I've just done it. I've kind of just done it around the general building, so nothing too special. And I'm even thinking, which I might do later, is extend this decking out to the cliff edge and add in an elevator coming up to it. I think that could be quite a fun idea, because otherwise I don't see any other way you're going to get up here. With your dinosaurs. Well, you kind of have to go all the way around that way and then awkwardly come to the dinosaur gate. So I think an elevator here could work quite well. Okay, guys, so for the next section, we're going to be doing some pillar work. And obviously, this isn't completely necessary. This is just to make it look a bit nicer. So we're going to be adding in pillars going all the way down each corner of the build. So this corner, this corner, this corner, all the way around. So all the corners, this corner as well, that corner, all the corners you can think of. We're going to do that now, and I'll do that now, and I'll see you in a second. And once you've added in all the pillars on the corners, it should look something like this. Now, for the rest of the pillars, it's kind of up to you where you place them. You kind of go a little bit wild with them. This is what I usually do. I usually just go a little bit wild. Like, I might put some up here. Might put some up here. I might do some sideways ones, maybe at the top. You kind of go wild, and you look at it, and you decide if you like it or not, and then you just kind of adjust. That's what I'm about to do now. I'm going to do it in super fast build mode, so you guys can see what I'm doing. So yeah, let me start with the side building here, and then I'll work my way around. So let's get to it. Okay, so just stopping super fast build mode for a second. I want to put a pillar coming down here, but it's not letting me snap to it. It's letting me snap to this side and to this side, and it's annoying the hell out of me. So what I'm thinking a solution might be is to pick up the wall here, add in some quarter walls instead. And I'm thinking it might let me now put in, yeah, it does. And will it let me continue it? Not really. So we're going to pick up this one as well and put in some quarter walls here, just so I'm able to put the pillars go all the way down, and I'll probably do the same on this side as well. Okay, that looks pretty nice. I kind of went a bit wild with the pillars there on the main build. But I am going to cover in these gaps now. Now, the reason the gaps are here is because I'm lazy. There are two versions of the quarter wall. There's this version and there's that version. And you've got to go in between the two versions to get the perfect, like, to fill it in properly. And I'm just too lazy for that, so I'll just use one version all the way down, and you end up with all these gaps. But now that we have the skinny pillar, the thin pillar, we can just simply place it in between this and hide the little gaps. So whenever there's a gap, I'm going to go ahead and put in the thin pillar. And there we have it. We've added in loads of pillars everywhere. I might have gone a bit too crazy with the pillars. I won't lie, I got a bit carried away. So, yeah, I've definitely gone a bit overboard with that in places. But you know what? It's fine. I can always remove them a bit later if I don't like them in places. I went really overboard here. Holy hell, look at how many pillars all over the place here. Now, the other detail that we can add are some railings. Now, for the railings, I do like to put railings across my roofing a lot, but for the smaller sections, I think we're going to leave it. I think less is more with those. For the big tower in the middle, though, I think we are going to add some railings in. I'm thinking we're going to add it to the underside of the roof. Then just add in some upside down railings at the very top. And if we're absolutely crazy, we could add in a little pillar right at the top. Okay, well that pillar's a little bit too high. I'm wondering if there's a way we can lower it slightly. I'm thinking maybe if we use a quarter wall and then add in a pillar and then remove the quarter wall. There we go. That's a little bit lower down. I think that looks a bit better. So we're going to do the exact same thing on this side. And there you have it. That's kind of the outside all complete. So all that's left really to do is the inside. Let's have a look inside and see what mess of a house we are working with. Oh, actually, it's quite neat inside here. Usually when I come inside my builds, there are like random bits of rubbish everywhere. Like this wall here. I'll get rid of that. But actually, this has turned out pretty neat. This is pretty neat for me. Now, when you have done a build like this, it's always very daunting when it comes to the inside, because it's like, what do you do with it? You could leave it all open planned, or you could start to break up the rooms into sections if you'd like. There are so many things you can do with this, and even I'm not sure right now. It's daunting for me as well. But I start with what I do know I want, and I know that I definitely want an area for my flyers to land up there. So I'm probably going to start up there. Now, obviously, if you're playing in survival, it's a bit annoying that I'm starting up there now, because it's easier to start on the ground and work your way up. But yeah, you probably have to build a stairway going all the way up there just so you can work on it. So using this as a guide, we're going to start our ceiling. So we want it to be as high as this here. We want it to be that high. So I'm going to start off in the corner and work my way across the entire floor here. So we're just going to fill this all in. There we go. So that's all in, and that's where all our flyers are going to be staying. And of course, we're going to need a way down and up. For now, I'm just going to remove this ceiling tile so we can easily get up and down. So I know that this area is going to be a dinosaur area, so it's all going to be open plan in this area. So all I'm thinking of doing is adding in some wooden walls either side, going all the way up. Like so, and then maybe adding in some pillars either side as well. There we go. I think that's all that area needs. I think I'm happy with keeping it like that. Now, the other thing is getting up to the top where the flyers are. How are we going to get up there? Now, I could have an elaborate staircase system that goes up from a different floor to another floor to another floor. What I'm really worried about is not having enough light. I like a lot of natural light coming into the build. Yeah, I don't think if we have multiple floors all over the place, it's going to really darken the whole area. And yeah, it won't look as nice. So what I'm thinking instead is I might be able to put in an elevator going up. So I'm actually going to enable snapping for this. Find a suitable spot. And I'm going to do it right here. And the reason I'm doing it here is there's a quarter wall away from the pillar. Whenever there's an elevator track near a pillar, it won't work unless you've got at least a quarter wall space away from it. So right here is a good space for it. If we did it here, it'd probably run into that pillar right there, up there. So we take this all the way up to the top, and I need to get rid of this ceiling here and place that back in. There we go. So this is where it's going to come up. And if I put a small elevator platform down, you can see how much space we've got. So we can just fill in these areas with some quarter walls. Quarter ceilings, rather. And then if I quickly place down a temporary power generator right here and put in some gasoline, this should hopefully work. Down we go. Look at this. This is perfect. Yeah, that's pretty good. And does it go back up again? It certainly does. Okay, it works. That's the main thing. It does work. So this whole area here, I'm not sure what I want this to be. I'm thinking maybe a crafting area. In which case, you know, this build is big enough to put an industrial forge in. So maybe we should consider putting an industrial forge in somewhere. Let's see. Now I'm going to try and get this to go sort of diagonally into the corner here. As much as I can. Oopsie daisy, that's a jump. Like around there, I think that's quite a good spot for it. And the reason I was thinking having it out here is so that we can put a second floor in over here. So I'm thinking we could probably put in some ceilings going all the way around this area. There we go. And as you can see, it has made this whole area down here a lot darker. That's the only bad thing about adding additional floors in. But, you know, realistically, what I would love to do is have loads of different floors, have a really complex build with different rooms. But I just don't want to go into dark rooms. So I'm gonna keep this build open plan as much as I can, I think. Now, one thing I could do to help this is actually add in some windows here. So let's add in a window here and here. I think that will do nicely. So I bet as well do it on the other side as well. There we go. We've got a little bit more light going into that area now. That's nice. I could even do it on this side. I mean, you won't get any light on this side, but maybe it would be nice to just have a window here. So why not? Okay, so I think I'm going to go out by one more here. Going all the way across. Let's go with the straight staircase for now, coming down. So I'm going to actually do it from the middle here, like one block away from the left. And I think the reason I'm doing that is because I think I want some stairs going up here as well, which will be to the next floor here. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in now. There we go, that floor is in. The only thing is, I think this ceiling is going to get in the way of this elevator. So I think we need to get rid of that ceiling and instead place in some quarter ceilings here. And I think if I go up the elevator... Perfect. Yeah, that fits perfectly. So I'm feeling like this floor here might be a bedroom. And if this is going to be a bedroom, we're not going to have a lot of light in here. So I'd probably block this off with some walls, potentially. And then, yeah, we're not going to have a lot of light is the only thing. So, I think what we could do here is where we've added in this, like, doorway area here, we could instead have the same doorway we've got, but just with greenhouse glass. So, instead of that wall there, we'd have a window. And instead of the wooden doorway, we'd have a greenhouse doorway. And that just brings in a little bit more light. In fact, I'd probably do that for all the doorways that I've added in. So over there, and over here as well. I think that makes more sense. Okay, there we go. I've added it all in. So now we really need to get in our ceiling over here as well. And I'll probably do similar to what I did there. Probably stop it around where the industrial forge is. Okay, there we go. So this could be another bedroom over here. The only thing is how the hell are we going to get over to it? Actually, you know what? I'm going to extend this out by one more. Let's extend this out by one more here. I'm going to go through the industrial forge. I don't really want to, but I'm going to do it. Okay, so we could just have like a walkway to get over to the other side, which means maybe just a simple like little bridge across would do. Or we could try and do it like a little drawbridge. So if we get rid of this and this, and instead do it with a ramp either side and a ceiling tile, it's like a tiny little sort of drawbridge. Let's see if it actually looks good or if it looks rubbish. I don't know yet. Let's see. Let's try adding in some railings going across here as well first before we make our final judgment. We'll keep it for now. We'll keep it for now. I might even add in some pillars either side of the bridge to make it look a bit more grand. Okay, now I do want a bedroom in here, so I want to quickly plan out where the bedroom is going to go. So we'll probably put a wall here, quarter walls, skinny pillar, door, quarter walls, wall. Okay, and then I guess I'll fill up the walls reluctantly here, because I know it's going to make this area a bit darker. There we go. So if we come on in here, this is quite a nice bedroom size in here. And oh look, I've missed a spot quickly. I'll add this in. There we go. Yeah, this is quite a nice bedroom. You've got a nice balcony out here to look out at the view. So that's one bedroom, and the second bedroom is gonna be over here. So let's go ahead and block this all off reluctantly again, because as you can see, the sunshine is coming through the window there, and it's giving us a lot of light. So I might actually put some windows here. There we go. So we've got another bedroom here, which is a lot darker than the other side, because the sun doesn't really come over this way. The sun's always over that side. So now, if you're feeling even more crazy than I am, you could probably add in another floor here. I mean, you can add in so many floors here. It's kind of endless how many floors you can have. You could have loads of layers here. The reason I'm not, as I said, even though I'm clearly putting in more floors right now, is because I don't want to make it too dark in the house. I've already made it quite dark, adding in these floors. But yeah, you could add in a second floor up here that goes across to the other side, like so, and you could have it come across the entire way. But yeah, we're not going to do this. I'm going to get rid of this. There we go. So in terms of how layouts go, this isn't my best layout I've ever done. I think there's probably a nicer way you could probably do this interior. But I think this is what I want to do. This is the layout I want to go with, just for the fact I wanted to keep it open plan and airy and light. Now, on the subject of lights, I do think there's a few more things we can do to make it a little bit more light in here. One of the things might be adding in some windows on the side here. That's one way of doing it, so I've done it either side. Let's just see what it looks like on the outside. Yeah, that, you know what, that's fine. It doesn't make it look ugly. I think that's okay. In which case, of course, we'll do it here as well. Now, the other thing that we could do to help, if it doesn't look ugly on the outside, is add in some windows on the ceiling up there. How does that look? Okay, I don't hate that. I think that's okay. So we'll do it on the other side as well. We could also add in some greenhouse roof like we've done down here, but up on the main building. So I'm probably going to do 1, 2, 3 across, like so. And on the opposite side. There we are. That looks pretty good. So let's see if that's made any difference whatsoever. Probably not. So we got 2 windows there. That has made a difference. As you can see, there's some light pouring in from that window. So that is good. I imagine over here it's not going to make too much of a difference. Again, up there we've got our windows and that has made a difference. And on the opposite side, nothing. It's so dark on this side, sadly. I don't know, maybe in the morning. Let's change it to the morning. In the morning you do get a little bit of sunshine on this side, so that's not too shabby. That's not too shabby. Now, I've just realised that I put this fancy arse doorway in here, but we don't actually need it, do we? We don't need a doorway here, technically, because it's a greenhouse right here. So I think I might just... I'll keep this nice archway. I'm just going to pick up all of this here and keep this open. There we go, that's a lot nicer, and it does give us a little bit more light again, so that's very good. So lastly, I think we're just going to do a little bit more work on the outside here. What I usually do, guys, is so in this build today, I'm sort of dividing it up, showing you how you can lay out your house inside. But I probably will do all the decorations off camera and then show you at the end. I'll do a nice big base tour and we'll go through it all to give you some more ideas of what you could do to the interior of the house. So obviously this house is a clifftop house, and we want to be able to get up to it, of course. So what I'm thinking is using an elevator to get up to the doorway here so our dinosaurs can get in and out. Otherwise, it's a bit of an awkward trek going around here and coming up to the house. So let's get to it. So we need to first of all bring the decking out all the way out here somewhere to where we can get an elevator going up and down. So let's start doing that. Okay, now comes the tricky part, is working out how on earth I'm going to get an elevator to perfectly come up to here. I think I want it to be. So I want it to come to the middle here, but it's only snapping to the middle of the main foundation blocks. So what I'm thinking is, let's take out this foundation here and this foundation here. Let's place in some quarter ceiling tiles. Then let's place in a ceiling tile, but in the middle of the 2 quarter tiles here. Then we'll add in some quarter tiles there and there. Okay. What we might do is what I did on my steampunk build, which is an alternative method to what I'm trying. So I'm going to put some more quarter tiles here. So what we want to do is add in a pillar going all the way down, not from the middle, but from the middle of the 2 tiles here. So it's just off center and come all the way down, bam bam bam, to the floor, So from there, this ceiling should now perfectly snap to this. Nice. And then I'm going to place a pillar down there so that when I remove this pillar, it doesn't disappear. And it didn't. Perfect. Okay, now I should be able to place in an elevator track going all the way up. And I'm praying it magically fits perfectly. It does. So we can get rid of all these pillars now. And now, so I believe because there's a pillar here, it's too close to this elevator track. So if we put in a platform here, I believe it won't go up and down. I need to get a generator first. Okay, let's try this. Would it go up? Okay, it will go up. But if I try and go down, it perfectly goes down. Okay, ignore me. It's fine. I think if the pillars right below here, basically the platform would stop just above it, somewhere over here. So yeah, do make sure your pillars are well away from wherever your elevator is. So now you've got an elevator going up and down, and all you really have to do now is just simply add in a load of ceilings all the way around it. Adding in pillars, but making sure again, don't put it really close to the platform. I'll show you right now what happens. So you can go up, and you can go back down again. Why? Did they fix this? Did they fix this? Did they fix this? No, they didn't. Look, it stopped. It stopped. You see that? Oh no, wait, no. Hang on a minute. They totally fixed it. They totally fixed it. Okay, here's a real test. If I add in a pillar here, and I go up. Okay, we go up, 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 up. Great. Okay, now we're going to go back down. And... unbelievable. Unbelievable. They fixed it. They made me look like a fool. I swear this has been a bug for... I mean, I imagine it's been a bug for well, since the game came out. And now they fixed it. So everything that I was doing to try and avoid all the pillars getting in the way, I didn't even need to do. So, well, we've done it now. So let's just add in the ceilings. Okay, there we go. So you could do something like this to get your dinosaurs up to the elevator. And then, so obviously you'd come up here with your dinosaur, la-di-da-di-da-di-da, up to the elevator and up you go. Look at that. Perfect. Okay, guys, with this now added in, I probably will do a little bit more extra work on it, just extend the decking out a little bit more around the outside. And then, of course, I'll just decorate the inside, add some furnishing, some furniture, bits and bobs. And yeah, so don't worry, guys, because I will show you every single little thing that I do off camera. I'll show you in the base door. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you after the cinematic shots. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The base is all complete, and I am gonna show you around. You might notice that my voice is a little bit raspy and probably deeper, and that's because I've been ill for the last week, and in fact I'm still ill right now, so do excuse the funny voice, but I really just wanted to get this video done for you guys. It's been a whole week and I haven't posted anything, so let's get to it, shall we? So you'll notice that I've added in some railings to the walkway. That's the new feature that we've got on our little walkway up to the elevator. And I did like a little archway here just with some pillars and railings to the elevator lift. So let's go up to the top of the cliff, and I love this feature. I love that you can just easily get up and down. And we're met by another archway here. Slightly different to the one below. This one's just got pillars and then some railings going up and down. So you'll notice I've done a little bit of work to the decking here. All I've done is expand the decking out a little bit. I decided to not make it so square. All I did was add some triangles to go a bit diagonal here and then come round to the side there. And I did the same on the other side. Let's park up the car now and I'll show you properly. So yeah, I used the triangle foundations here just to give it a bit more curves because I don't like things being too square. I think making things a bit round will, you know, just help soften the build a little bit. We've got quite a square build, so having a bit of a rounder decking definitely improves it. I added in some railings going around. I did a little design with a pillar and then having like a railing coming down from the pillars in random places, mainly on corners. And if you are going to build here, this area is completely safe for dinosaurs. Completely safe, so there's no reason why you can't just leave your dinosaurs out here like I have with the Carnos and the Megatheriums. And you've also got all this room on the left here as well to keep your dinosaurs. So, you know, the garage is really just for the special dinosaurs, but you could keep most of them just out here. I also decided to add in a wind turbine because we have them now thanks to Scorched Earth. So I thought, why not? Let's add in a wind turbine and get some power going for the elevator. And then I just added in some railings going around the wind turbine and some crop pots either side, just for a bit of decoration. So if we come on around here, you can see that I've just done a bit of decorations with some crop pots in places. Mainly in like the corners of the builds, like in the little nooks and crannies, like there's a crop pot here. I think there's a crop pot behind this guy, there is. And then I extended the decking all the way around. It's literally the same as what it was. The only thing that's different is I've just added some additional triangles to get a bit of a curve going here, so it's not so dead straight. More crop pots on the outside, and then we get round to the front of the build, where I added in some water towers here, just so that we can get our irrigation for the entire build. I also added below the windows some quarter ceilings with a railing, and then just put some small crop pots up there so we could plant some plants. And that's just a nice little feature, little bit of decoration. It's a bit like, you know, hanging baskets outside the window. And then if we come on to the front of the build here, we've got this little area where we can come down. It's not perfect because you kind of go into the water and then back out again. So you can come here, sit down, do your fishing, enjoy the waterfall, and maybe even take a dip if you want. Take a little dip, just don't fall down because it's a long drop down, let me tell you that. Look at that. Right, so if we pop on back upstairs and go into the front entrance here, I'll show you what I've done to the interior. And of course on the left, none of my builds would be complete unless I had a dodo reception area. So I've got my dodos here looking after the guests as they come in to stay at my lovely house. And then just behind us here is a little waiting area where you can wait for me to come down so we can resume our meeting or whatever we've got going on. Now a little trick that I've got here is canvases on the floor. So if you didn't know this, you can put canvas on the floor, and this is a good alternative until they add rugs in the game. You can put this down as a little rug here. So if you're not using any mods, this is the perfect way to add that in. Over on the left here, we got our Dodo playing the drums to welcome us home with a fancy beat. Thank you, Mr. Dodo. And if we continue through the house here, we'll come to the crafting area. Now, all I did here for decoration was add in 2 large crock pots and add some railings around it, and then plant the species X plant. It makes like quite a nice decoration in the middle of your house. I know it's not very functional because, you know, any bad dinos aren't really going to be coming inside the house, but it's just a nice decoration to have. On the left here, we've got our refining forge. That's in a pretty good position because it's right next to the storage area. Right here, that's a really, you know, you can kind of do what you want in this area. You could have made it into another dino area if you wanted, but I think this is the perfect spot for storage here. And again, similar to what we did over there with the decoration I've just done here, I've added 2 crock pots with plants inside just for a nice little feature. So yeah, the refining forge in a pretty good position, and it's close to the Dino Garage over there. So you can bring your Ankylosaurus over here and load up the metal. I know my voice is breaking. I am unwell. I'm so sorry. I'm trying my best. So this is the crafting zone with pretty much everything you need. You've got your fabricator, you got your chemistry bench, and you've got your little mortar and pestles in the middle here. We've got a little cluster of storage here, mainly for decoration, but it is still functional. It's both decorative and functional. And then we've got like a proper little storage section here next to the chemistry bench. And then if we come on through, probably my favourite part of the build is this little tiny greenhouse here, the most simple part of the build as well. So we've stacked crock pots on top of each other here. If you didn't know, this is a really efficient way to do your crock pots because you're able to plant in each and every single one of them. So it's like max efficiency, and on top of that, it looks pretty nice. It looks like a little box, so I like doing it this way. You can also add signs for a little additional detail. So yeah, I did check as well. These are all getting 300% greenhouse efficiency, so the greenhouse does work. Coming on back through, we can head off to the left here. And this is our designated Dino Garage because we've got a door that comes straight in from the outside here. If I just open it up. And it's a straight line to the elevator, so you can go over here to the elevator, go down, and be on your adventures. So it's a very, very nice place to have your doorway. Obviously, you can put doorways anywhere you want. The best thing about this build is if you don't want a greenhouse here, you can put a dinosaur gate there, you can put a dinosaur gate on the other side. It's really up to you what you do. You can have a dinosaur gate on this side as well if you really wanted. So yeah, as you can see, it can store up to quite a few dinos. You probably fit a few trikes in here as well. And of course, you can bring your dinosaurs in here as well if you really wanted to. But as I said earlier, you don't really need to. You've got all the outside space as well. So I'd honestly keep most of my dinos outside and keep the special ones in here. So let's head on up the stairs now. So these stairs lead to the living area where we've got a dining area, we've got a little seating area with a TV and a kitchen. So let me talk you through this. So this little living area here, completely vanilla. This is how I've made a couch. So the way I made a couch is I just put 2 benches down and I put canvas going all the way around it. If you're familiar with my previous builds, you'll see me do this trick quite a lot. And then of course I've done canvas on the floor to make it look like a mat. And I've even done canvas on the wall here to make it look like a TV. And then of course I painted it just to give it, you know, make it look like a TV. Give the mat some colour. You could even paint the couch here as well to give it a bit of colour. And then we've got our dining room here with our dodos waiting to be fed. Guys, I can't feed you. I'm ill. You're going to be looking after me, not the other way around. I'm not your slave. Go ahead and make me some food. What have we got in the fridge? Nothing. Nothing. Nothing in the fridge. Go shop for me. Go shop. So for the kitchen here, I've just done a very simple kitchen. We've got the grill. You can add some quarter walls above the grill here going around to have a little bit of like a kitchen cabinet storage area, so you can put some storage boxes on top and even some beer barrels up there as well. We've got our industrial cooker here and 2 fridges as well. I also tried adding in a spotlight here to give it a bit of light onto the kitchen counter. Oh, and I also added some crock pots with plants in. Now, everything in the build is completely vanilla ARK. No mods at all used, apart from a plant mod. I just wanted to add in some little variations of bushes and stuff, so it's just easier rather than having to plant everywhere. But if I wanted like a bit of decoration here, I'd just plant some citronelle here because they give the same like bushy effect. Some citronelle and maybe savaru, and you'd literally have the exact same thing. So let's head on up the stairs again, where we're met by the first bedroom here. So let's go on to the first bedroom. And we've actually got 2 bedrooms in here. I completely forgot I did this. So we've got a little area to do your work, your little desk, a little bookshelf, a little storage area back here in this little nook. And then if we go on up the ladder here, I didn't do a lot. I just added in some storage and some beds. So nothing too crazy here. But I literally did the same thing on the opposite side. We've got like a little writing area here with a smithy and a fireplace. And then if we go on up the ladder, we've got another little double bed and another little desk. So nothing too wild in terms of decorations. And then of course we go on out here, we've got an incredible view of the landscape below. I love this. This bedroom definitely has the better view out of the 2. So let's head out of this bedroom. We've got an elevator here, which I'll talk you through in a moment. But first of all, let's go down the little drawbridge we put in earlier. That takes us to the other side of the building, where we've got another bedroom here. And as you remember earlier, I added in all these windows just to give it a bit more light when the sun shines through. So let's pop on inside and see what I've done. And I've basically done the exact same thing on the other side. I did put a little bit more effort into this side. I put in a little mat on the floor and I painted it red. And I gave this double bed a little treatment here. Now, I don't know if anyone's seen my Zelda build on the channel, but I've basically done the same bed design from the Zelda build. So if you want to know how to do this, just go watch that video. But it's pretty simple. You just add some ceilings down and some quarter walls here, and then you've got a little storage area below. Then I added in some curvy stairs going up to the bed, and then a little canopy, which is just a ramp and some quarter walls. So that works really well. In the little nook here, I added in some storage boxes going up, which is a perfect spot for them. And then over on the other side here, whoever sleeps on this side is a bit of a bookworm because he's got tons of bookshelves. And again, similar to the other side, I've got a little storage section here. And then if we go on up the stairs, we've got more storage and a little bed area with a little fireplace, which I decided to put a furnace here rather than a fireplace so that, you know, the chimney doesn't come out of the roof here. And of course we got another balcony here. Now this balcony is tiny in comparison to the other one, and you get a little view. Unfortunately the sun doesn't really hit this area so you don't get much sun here, but you get to enjoy the little vista over here. Right, now let's go to the elevator. I'll quickly pop downstairs and I'll show you what I've done to this. Not a lot, honestly. So all I've done to the elevator here is added in some greenhouse glass to cover up either side to make it more like a proper elevator you'd get in, I don't know, a hotel. Safety first, ladies and gentlemen, safety first. So let's pop up. So we're going to go all the way up to the top. And this is where all our flyers reside. So this is another dinosaur garage, but just for your flyers. And as you can see, we can store quite a few flyers up here. It's a pretty decent size. You could probably fit a lot more in. Probably fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 flyers in here, which is a decent number. 8 flyers is enough. I mean, if you got more than 8, you're a lunatic. Right, I know a lot of people have more than 8. You're not lunatics. You're just better at the game than I am. And then, of course, if you want to leave the garage, you just got to get on your flyer and come to the middle area. and take off out the door here. The door? The giant gap. the giant window, let's call it. I don't know what to call it. And then you're off on your adventures. And then simply you come home and land in here. Like so. And then just go down the elevator to do all the things that you need to do. So, a very functional base I've made. I've definitely managed to do function over form and form over function at the same time. I've made an aesthetically pleasing functional base. That's what I've made. So just another little additional detail to show you. I added in these thin pillars to make it look like a window frame here, and I think that works quite well. I mean, I could have done it in more places, but I was just experimenting. I think this is a really cool thing you can do with these skinny pillars now. Just place them in front of the greenhouse, walls, glass, and you make it look like a window frame. So yeah, pretty neat. And lastly, I added in a chimney here by just putting some water tanks on top of each other on the roof, and it makes it look like there's a chimney up here. So just a nice little additional detail you can add to your builds on ARK. And there you have it, guys. That is the base tour all complete. Isn't she an absolute beauty? I'm very proud of this base, actually. Quite a few of you might remember me doing some live streams where I was trying to do Clifftop Base 2.0, Clifftop Base 3.0. But this is the base I decided to go with in the end. This is the true successor. So if you guys did enjoy today's video, don't forget to smash the like button, comment down below what you want me to build next, and why not subscribe? It's completely free, and you'll be helping out a ton. Oh my god, my voice is so raspy. I'm so ill. Thanks again for watching, guys. Love you guys to death, and I'll see you in the next video.